Witam wszystkich, z tej strony Orsi, a to jest kolejny odcinek z serii Hogwarts Legacy. W poprzedniej części dość dużo się działo, jeżeli chodzi o bank. Walki z posągami, ciemności, teleporty. Właśnie nie, przepraszam, teleportów nie było. Więcej walki było i rozwiązywania zagadek. I uciekliśmy jakiemuś goblinowi, który jest odporny na magię naszego profesora, który się nami opiekował, i dotarliśmy na ceremonię teraz przydziału. Przybywasz tu z konkretnymi oczekiwaniami, preferencjami i nastawieniem. Powiedzmy, no ciekawie by było pozwiedzać.
I'm looking forward to exploring Hogwarts and the world beyond the castle and grounds.
Indeed. Much can be gleaned by having an adventurous spirit, but your professors have a great deal
No to już
to
swoją
teach you
drogą.
as well. Interesting. You've recently learned that you possess a rare ability. I detect a growing sense of ambition, an eagerness for power.
Zaraz, co? Nie.
Perhaps you belong in Slytherin.
O kurde, a jednak. Okej, bo wykonałem testy wcześniej na tym Warner Bros. Czy innej stronie od gry. No i właśnie wyszedł mi Slytherin, paradoksalnie. A spodziewałem się Hufflepuffu. Dom Slytherinu znany z przebiegłości, ambicji i głodu władzy. Wybierz inny dom, a niech stracę. No, powiedzmy. Może być. Kwota. Szybko poszła ta ceremonia.
You belong in Slytherin!
Brawo, kolejny chłop w klasie. Green, green. No i co teraz?
Oh, and one more thing. Due to the unfortunate injury on the pitch in last spring's final, this year's Quidditch season has been cancelled.
Bu!
Enough.
Tak, ten easter egg.
It's not as though I've banned flying altogether, but don't tempt me. You are here to focus on your academic futures. I'm sure you will have plenty to do before classes begin tomorrow. I said, I'm sure you all have plenty to do before classes begin tomorrow.
Ale kapeć z niego.
Quite an entrance. It's lovely to meet you. I'm...
Professor Weasley, would you be so kind as to show our new student to their common room?
I shall see to it, sir. As I was saying, I'm Professor Weasley. Pleased to meet you.
To pani
Nice
pisała
to
do
meet you
mnie.
as well, Professor.
As Deputy Headmistress, it is my distinct honor to show you to your common room. Right this way.
Że ten dom mi wybrał, no to jest szok, niedowierzanie i
It's
nie
quite
wiem co
uncommon
jeszcze.
for a student to begin as a fifth year. It may be a bit of a challenge, but one I'm sure you're up for.
I can be quite resourceful.
I suspected as much. This is the entrance to the Slytherin common room. In order to enter, one must simply speak the correct password. Aspiration.
Very well. Aspiration.
Wow, ale fajne.
Well done. Now, go on in and get some sleep. You have a big day ahead of you tomorrow. I shall be back in the morning to
Jutro
collect you for your
kartkówka.
first class.
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
You're welcome. I hope you enjoy your first night at Hogwarts. Sleep well.
No, tak. O której pobudka? O której śniadanie? też ładnie mają.
Looks like everyone's gone. Better head to the common room.
Okej. Mogę biegać? Mogę użyć czarów?
Revelio.
Mogę, bo mam przywilej. Tak, tędy.
I suppose some introductions are in order.
Witam.
It's that new fifth year.
Must be different, starting Hogwarts in fifth year.
I wonder where they're from.
Się nie interesuj, skąd jestem. Psst. Siemano.
Can I help you?
A little room, everyone.
Ah, you're the new fifth year. I'm Sebastian Sallow. Welcome to Slytherin.
Thank you.
Not everyone has a ministry escort to school.
He was a friend of Professor Fig's who merely joined us for the ride.
Still, impressive. Dreadful way to go, poor fellow. Glad you and Fig are all right.
Aż dziwne, że to tak mili są jak na razie.
Professor Fig and I were lucky to escape with our lives.
Indeed. And how did you escape?
It's all still a bit of a blur, to be honest.
Didn't mean to press. You just get yourself settled. We can talk more
Bardzo
later.
mili. Co czytasz?
What book were you reading?
A spellbook I picked up. Has a few interesting things, but not exactly what I was looking for. I'm sure you'll find out soon enough. But not every spell you may need can be found in our assigned textbooks.
Are you saying some spells aren't taught at Hogwarts?
To znaczy?
Which ones?
Seems I may have met a kindred spirit. That is a conversation for another time. It was good meeting you. Good luck today.
Tak po prostu? Muszę się dowiedzieć. Ładnie tu. Bardzo ładnie. Ponuro, ale ładnie.
If you do that, you'll lose. Trust me. Ugh, not going to move there, are you?
Here, watch this.
Kolejna mądrala?
Don't say I didn't warn you. Checkmate. Told you. They should have listened to me. Ah, I know who you are. You're the new Slytherin, the one who barged in with Professor Fig last night.
Tak jest, to ja.
Interesting tactic on your first day, taking all the attention away from the first years. I'm Imelda, by the way. Shame I wasn't with you in Fig. I could have lured that dragon away. My skills on a broom are legendary.
Dobra.
Perhaps Professor Fig's friend would have survived if we'd had your help.
Precisely. Perhaps one of these days I'll show
Bardzo
you a thing or
skromna.
two about flying.
Nie ma co.
I can teach you more than Kagawa ever could. Speaking of which, I'd like to get in some time on my broom before classes.
Do you have a lot of time to fly during school?
I make the time. There's nothing like swerving through the spires of the castle and around the Quidditch pitch to clear the mind.
To legalne jest?
Are you a keen Wizard Chess fan? You knew that boy was going to lose the match.
Not really. Much too sedate a pastime for me. Also,
Zbyt
it's
spokojna.
simply not that challenging. The moves are always so obvious. Why does no one else see it?
Ta.
Goodbye, Imelda.
Nice meeting you.
Tu jakiś cwaniaczek. Spod wodą? Tego nie widziałem. Coś przewróciłem? O kurde, swoje przewróciłem. Sorry.
I think I heard one. Doubt mermaids find us that interesting. Ah, based on all the chatter when you entered the common room, I'm guessing you're the new fifth
Ja
year.
jestem z drugiej strony,
I'm
gościu.
Ominous. Ominous Gaunt.
Nice to meet you, Ominous.
Well, you certainly had a memorable arrival.
Aha, on jest... Tak.
I'd much rather have arrived on time and without a dragon attack en route.
I'm sure. How horrible. I can only imagine. Well, it's good to have you in Slytherin. Do let me know if I can be of any help as you navigate your first days here.
Okej.
Were you expecting to be sorted into Slytherin?
Czy jesteś
Most
niewidomy?
certainly. My family on my father's side are direct descendants of Salazar Slytherin, one of the 4 founders of Hogwarts.
O
Not
kurde.
something I'm especially proud of, mind you. He was obsessed with blood status, a pure-blood maniac. Unfortunately, most of his descendants do not fall far from that tree.
Did that student say he thought he heard a mermaid?
Yes, but I've never heard of a mermaid showing up outside our common room window. It is fun to play along.
On jest
Been
niewidomy.
known to keep some first years on the lookout for hours.
Chyba, że to błąd gry, w co wątpię.
Thank you, Ominous. Very nice to meet you.
Pleasure was all mine. Don't be a stranger.
Bardzo mini. Aż
Is
nie
the
poznaję
fifth
tego
year
domu.
Slytherin in here? Professor Weasley's waiting for you just by the stairs.
Okej. A to co to jest? Sobie posprawdzam. To też mogę sobie zakręcić? Dobra, idziemy. Chyba, że mogę skana zrobić. Ukraść oszczędności. O kurde, ale sprinta masz, gościu. Ja pierdzielę. Wolniej, wolniej, wolniej.
Good morning. I trust you're ready for your first day at
Ah, dobry.
Hogwarts?
I've been dreaming of this day for a long time. Can't believe I'm here.
Well, you are here. Make the most of it. You only have one first day at Hogwarts. Now, in light of your unique situation, joining us as a 5th year, you'll need to catch up with your classmates and not fall behind. Especially as you'll be expected to complete your OWLs at the end of the year.
Jakie są?
OWLs? Owls.
Yes, your ordinary wizarding level exams.
O
They will
kurde.
determine what type of career you can have when you leave here. After much discussion with the headmaster and the Department of Magical Education at the Ministry, we've devised something extraordinary to ensure your success.
Czyli? Co za książka? Szkoła byłaby o wiele ciekawsza, jakby się działy takie rzeczy.
What is it?
It is a wizard's field guide. It will help you to keep track of what you are learning so that you master all that's expected of a 5th year.
Fajne.
You would be wise to take full advantage of this exceptionally valuable resource.
Myślałem, że chciał ją uściskać, bo tak dziwnie rękę wyciągnął.
Thank you, Professor, but what do you mean it will keep track of what I'm learning?
Twoje
Perhaps seeing it
postępy,
in
archiwy.
action will answer any questions you may have. Walk with me and we shall put it to the test.
No to
This
proszę. Czekaj, bo tu jest coś
I
fajnego.
certainly would have appreciated
Skrzynia
something
domu.
like the field guide when I was a student. Using the guide will also train you to be alert to your surroundings.
Okej. Szczura słyszę? Nie. No.
The guide will give you opportunities to practice your magic and educate yourself about wizarding lore.
A jakby kogoś ścisły te drzwi? Mógł ktoś
Do
by...
keep up.
Tak, przecież jestem za tobą. Mogę to otworzyć?
Why don't you cast Revelio on that statue?
Już to
and see
zrobiłem,
what
za
details
późno.
the field guide can provide.
Coś pani mnie zbyt nie nauczyła. Jeszcze raz. Że co? Jaką stronę przewodnika, gdzie... A, tu coś było. No ale co? A, bliżej trzeba było, jasne. Posąg Kelpii. Posąg ten przedstawia Kelpię, zmiennokształtnego demona wodnego z Irlandii i Wielkiej Brytanii. Zwykle przyjmuje postać długowłosego... Co? Długowłosego konia. Największy kelpie, jakiego kiedykolwiek odnotowano, to potwór z Loch Ness w Szkocji. Wyzwanie przewodnika. Tutaj pojawią się postępy. No dobra. Otwórz przewodnik. No i co? Dobra. Śledzi twoje postępy w wyzwaniach. Wybierz menu wyzwań. No powiedzmy, że to. I co dalej? Zebranie pierwszej strony przewodnika odblokowała nową kategorię wyzwań. Nowe wyzwania odblokowałem w trakcie twojej przygody. Pojawią się właśnie tutaj. Zobaczmy. A to okulary jakieś dostanę, czyli takie osiągnięcia. Za ukończony poziom zostają odblokowane nagrody specjalne. Od wyglądu aż po istotnej modyfikacje. Nagrody odbiera się w menu wyzwań. Zaglądaj tam często, by odebrać odblokowane nagrody. Dobra. To tak wygląda? To jest dziwne.
isn't it? Keep your eyes open for more opportunities like that, inside and outside of the castle.
A, dobra. Bo ja bym się rozejrzał. Ale muszę za tobą jeszcze iść. A nie muszę hasła. No to zapomniałem hasła. Czekaj, po skrzynkę mam.
Ah, good timing.
Kurde,
Perfect
zatrzymała mnie.
opportunity to show you how to use flue flames to get around a bit quicker. Your field guide contains a map of the castle. Open it up and find Central Hall.
Odkryto punkt szybkiej podróży. Aha, płomieni Fiu? Można otworzyć mapę w dowolnym momencie, aby szybko podróżować do dowolnych, odkrytych płomieni Fiu. No, pokażcie. Duże to jest? Na razie nie wydaje się to takie duże. Hogwart jest podzielony na dwa główne obszary. Po lewej stronie mapy znajdują się kwatery mieszkalne uczniów i nauczycieli, a także pokoje wspólne domów i wielka sala. Wybierz rejon schodów, by kontynuować, czyli ten, rozumiem. No. W tym widoku możesz zobaczyć płomienie Fiu dostępne w tym regionie. Zielone płomienie Fiu reprezentują płomienie już odkryte, w tym pokoju wspólny twojego domu. Szare płomienie Fiu oznaczają położenie odkrytych. O, wiadomo. No i co dalej? Po prawej stronie mapy są błonia, gdzie można znaleźć pracownie i inne ważne miejsca szkoły, takie jak wieża astronomiczna, biblioteka czy szklarnie. Rejon biblioteki, czyli tu, no. Odblokowała dla ciebie płomienie Fiu w sali głów. Aha, jest, faktycznie. Obróć mapę. Aha, przydatne, okej. I co jeszcze? Mam się przenieść, dobra. Jest tu pora dnia? Muszę zobaczyć. Albo pójść do lasu od razu. Kurde, jak się długo ładuje.
And here we are. Quite the time saver. These stairs lead directly to Central Hall.
Mhm. I znowu za
You
nią.
can get almost anywhere in the castle quickly from Central Hall. Always something happening here. It's the heart of the hive, our King's Cross station, so to speak.
To be honest, anything I
That should be all for now. You'll be expected to attend both Charms and Defense Against the Dark Arts classes today. And I'd like to be sure you get to Hogsmeade as soon as possible to replace the supplies you lost on the way here.
Nie, ja mam czas, jeszcze
You
pogadajmy.
mentioned Hogsmeade, Professor.
Hogsmeade is
dzwonka.
the only all-wizarding village in Britain and is home to an array of shops and pubs. You should be able to find all of the school supplies you require in Hogsmeade. You will also, I imagine, enjoy many a butterbeer there with friends in due course.
Czy pani mnie namawia do alkoholu?
Can you tell me more about the Defense Against the Dark Arts class?
Defense Against the Dark Arts, as the name
Skoro cię
implies,
popytam i
focuses on how to
ja cię
defend
popytam i
oneself
zaraz
against
skończę
the
odcinek.
evils that lurk beyond these walls. A mastery of Defense Against the Dark Arts is required for those who aspire to become auras. Fortunately, we are lucky to have the ever-gifted Professor Hecat in charge of our students' education in that regard.
A to jeszcze
What
to
will I learn in Charms
i
class?
można iść.
Exactly what you might expect. Spells, charms, jinxes, all terribly useful.
Klątwy?
I think you will enjoy Professor Ronan. He's a clever and entertaining wizard and a talented teacher.
Nie widziałem tego przekonania u tej postaci.
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
A lot to absorb on your first day, and you have much to learn. Happily, your professors have agreed to create additional assignments for you outside of class. You'll be up to speed in no time. Judging by your adept use of Revelio earlier, I'd say Professor Fig succeeded in at least showing you the basics.
He did, Professor.
He's been terribly vague as to the events preceding your arrival, specifically about what happened after that awful dragon attack.
Im mniej pani wie,
My
tym lepiej.
suspicion is that there's more to the story than a search for belongings and an extended trip up to
Tym
the
dłużej
castle.
pani żyje. Podejrzewam, że nie chodziło tylko o poszukiwanie rzeczy i wydłużoną podróż do zamku.
We
No,
did take a bit of a detour on the way here. Ended up exploring some ruins and... I shouldn't say more.
Exploring ruins? Well, I presume Professor Fig has his reasons for keeping the details to
no
himself
więc
for
niech
now.
pani nie będzie kablem i proszę nie mówić.
Speak of the devil, Professor Fig. Your ears must have been burning.
Oh?
Yes. You seem to have provided our new fifth year with a solid foundation in the basics of spellcasting.
Ah, I'm afraid I can't take all the credit there, Professor. They've a rare aptitude for magic, it seems.
Well, I'm just glad you both arrived in one piece. Perfectly good boats and carriages to Hogwarts, and you chose to fly in the path of a dragon.
I wouldn't say I chose the dragon's path, Professor. Rather unfortunately, it would seem that it chose us.
Very well. Enough chit-chat. I need to get to class
Bardzo dobrze, że
myself.
was gonił,
Might I
nie?
rely on you, Professor Fig, to explain the details of the field guide's map?
Of course.
Thank you.
Nie, proszę cię, nie zamulaj mi i ty. Muszę
Good
zakończyć
luck
odcinek.
today.
Tak,
And
tak,
remember
dziękuję.
to use your field guide. It will be invaluable to you.
Dobrze.
And invaluable to me, as I'll be using it to keep up to date on your progress.
Yes, Professor.
Come and find me in my classroom after you've attended both classes today, and I'll explain more about those assignments I
To
mentioned.
już-
And we'll see
to
if we
już
can't
trochę
get
dziwnie
you to
brzmiało.
Hogsmeade for those supplies.
To brzmiało dziwnie. Nie będę na razie z tą Fig rozmawiać, bo zakończę odcinek tutaj. Więc, jeżeli się podobało, zapraszam was do kolejnego odcinka, a ja się będę z wami żegnać. Trzymajcie się. Bajo.